Okay, Canberra Vintage Computer Exhibition 2025. Thoughts and pros and cons. The floor is open after anyone's thoughts on how it went and how we can improve it for next year.
I reckon more people at this panel will be pretty sweet, more audience. Improvements? I really can't think of any improvements right now. I'm sure I will soon. But one of the things I have been liking is, the talks. I mean, pretty good quality talks. And seeing all the equipment, having a Lisa sitting next to an Apple III, would have loved to see them both working. That's an improvement, I guess, or running. I don't know if they were working, but that was beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I guess a few more people from around Australia coming along, that'd be pretty cool too.
On that note, I'm not sure how you can do it, some sort of incentive for those that are travelling. I'm not sure how you make that happen, but we've come from Melbourne. I've met a fellow who came from South Australia. Now I've got these little books which I got printed at Redbubble. I've got an indie book and I've got a PDP-11 book and a 6089 and a MOS book and all this sort of stuff. They're notepads, graph notepads stuff. So that fellow that came from South Australia, I gave him one of those. You've made this mega effort to come over. Yeah. Here's a gift to you. So
it's good.
If you get, they cost a lot in small quantity, but if you get a lot of them made, you can get them less than $10 each. I know it's money that the whole organisation has to have to do that. It could be recouped by, dare I say it, by an entrance fee for exhibitors. I know that might be a bit of a hot topic. I'd be okay to pay some small fee to exhibit.
Could you have two packages? One's the sort of the free and walk through the door, you don't get anything sort of thing. The other one's sort of like the merch package, like the show bag package.
Yeah, well, you get you get some stickers, you can get stickers printed and stuff on this vintage computer thing. If you go to the Redbubble website, they have that, mugs, stickers, T-shirts, there's all sorts of stuff you can get made with all these retro computer type thing, pictures of disk drives. Yeah. It's all over the place, and if you're really keen, you can design your own if you're an artist, and they'll make it.
Yeah, have stickers people can stick up around their workshops or whatever, and anytime someone comes around, they're like, oh, what's this, Canberra Vintage thing?
Well, you can get it printed, a vintage, getting it printed for this event, that's a different game again. I'm thinking more the merch, like MOS technology or Z80 or something. I'm thinking of...
Someone was asking if you can get shirts, like Commodore's shirts, so forth.
Yeah.
Had things not gone differently in the UK, we were going to have potentially a bunch of the stuff that David Pleasance and the Commodore guys.
But it comes down to the money factor, I think, ultimately, who would pay for that.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Nobody's paying for anything. So
correct. I know.
Yeah.
So by and large, I don't know about other than you. I know you're trying to make a living out of it, but I'm not making a living out of it. I think Dave Merton, for example, is not making a living out of it.
Making any losing.
We're doing it sort of like we're already losing. You're probably losing money by coming here anyway, right? Probably.
I'll be flat out next week when I get home because I haven't done any work since Friday, so
we lose money. We're doing it for the love of it.
Yeah.
Ultimately, right?
Yeah.
That's one strategy to improve. Sticking to your improved theme, I thought the setup was, putting out the tables. That was all great, volunteering people. I was pulling out tables and stuff. But ultimately, when it came down to allocations of tables, that became a bit of a mess, I thought.
This year it was because we didn't control it. Last year we had an actual spreadsheet and people had to put down exactly what machines they were bringing, as well as what tables they needed. And that way we knew, we're getting 3 Commodore 64s, they're going to take up this much room. And it was like that. This year we just didn't have the capability in the group that was organising. None of us had the time. The issue always comes down to people saying, I'll do that. And I've already spoken to Nathan about this, so we've got lots of people who are interested in, from all over Australia. But if we can't get that core group of 5 or 6 people to be this is the team, right? And this person's doing this, like you're doing the hall, you're doing the presentations, you're doing the advertising, right?
Yeah.
If we can't get that, we won't go ahead.
Yes.
But anyway, regarding this show, so as always, the equipment is the star attraction here, and the more machines that are working that people can interact with and play games on or do whatever they're done. Like my banner printing station was as popular as ever. My computers all had games that were easy to learn and hard to master, which is what you want in games. I thought they, as always, that was the big draw card. I think now that we've gotten used to the size of the room here, I think we can almost fit a third row of tables in between the first two. I think we can push forward with trying to get more people. There was a couple of Melbourne guys, I'm not going to name them, they know who they are and they had valid reasons for not coming this time, but they would have come along and between them taken another 5 tables. So that's...
And then we got the problem with tables.
Yeah. At the Train and Hobby Show, they have a certain number of tables, but literally they need, because it's so big, they need 500 tables for the show. So they say, if possible, and you own tables, bring your own tables. So we should have that policy from the get-go. In that, if you are coming from and you've got those fold-out tables and a tablecloth, you should bring them, even if they sit in the boot of your car for the whole time. Because we've got enough tables, it's better to have too many than not enough.
There's a raffle being discussed.
Because last time we raffled off, what was it, the Commodore 64 something?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we did.
How did you go with that? How many tickets? Was it worth it?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's a good idea. Whether it's paid or not, whether it's some raffle to keep people around a little longer, perhaps.
The raffle
Maybe.
is out this time, Again, of the day,
The other thing is today was the trade day or whatever you say.
Yeah.
Was that decision made to keep the public away, or
That was, yes.
and I don't know, was that a good idea? Do you feel in the end?
That was what was requested last year.
Oh.
I mean, this was a test.
Yeah.
Because last year we had 4 or 5 presentations on the same day as the public,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was in one room,
Yeah.
and the presentations went over really well.
Yeah.
But we got complaints then from the exhibitors who were doing the presentations, couldn't get away from their exhibit to do the presentation. So then we said, okay, well, we'll dedicate Sunday to the presentations, and it only happened to be that we had so many presentations come in that I speckled a few on the Saturday as well.
Yeah.
Originally it was only the Sunday. But yeah, I think we've learned.
Just for consideration, because it happened when I went to one of these things in Berlin, they did it this way, is that you run public up to late afternoon, and then instead of going out for a dinner, which requires quite a lot of cycle time to get there and get home afterwards and all that sort of stuff, they actually arranged for something on site for the exhibitors, and they had the sort of content that was just for exhibitors, like presentations and things. Or was a sort of late afternoon, early evening program, but with dinner.
But we did a similar thing to that last year, where we had pizzas come in, and it wasn't bad. But what we did this year with the Atrium was far better. So we're improving in small steps. But
I mean, we're learning. So this year was a test because we didn't know how. Certainly,
New venue's always difficult.
and also there's that separation of distance. Last year it was all really in the same place.
Even the accessibility challenges,
Yeah.
like because it stairs up into these rooms versus
yeah.
that all stuff. But bumping in was a lot easier, so I felt like it was a lot easier.
So my plans for next year, they start the minute this show finishes. So I've said to a few people, I'm going to expand upon the trivia game and bring it into the main hall there. So that's going to be my focus. Unless something in the next 12 months comes along that I actually want to do a presentation on, I'll be mainly focusing on doing the best trivia game that I can possibly present within the hall up on the stage. So that will be everyone will want to be there for that.
We could have done that in the intervening hour or 2 hours between when we finished yesterday and the dinner.
Yes. That's when we do it at Tandy Assembly. We do it before the dinner and there. Yeah. So
One of the discussions, we were talking, maybe it was Kit Computers, we were talking about how to engage the whole family, both in the hobby, but yeah, like how to engage the whole family here at the show.
I was at a show where they basically, it was a little cow actually, and they hid that in one of the exhibits, and they announced over the PA, okay, if you can find this. In that case, it was a $100 voucher or something, but it was a gift of some sort, right? So they announce over it, and of course then it wasn't found, so they would announce some hints. It's in, it's in an area like such and such, starting with T or whatever, I don't know. And in that case, actually, my mate found it, and he got his $100, and he paid half the parking for the blasted event, but that's another story.
The other thing I've seen done for that, which is good for kids' engagement, is it's like a booklet, passport, but it's just an A4 sheet that's printed and folded over, and it's got 20 questions in it, and those 20 questions are, you ask each exhibitor while they're registering, what's your secret answer and question and answer. So each exhibit has put one in, and they go on this booklet, and kids go round and ask each exhibitor and try and unearth the answer to that question, and they fill in the booklet. As long as it's 50% correct, it's like, you get the sticker or whatever the little giveaway is that goes with that.
But yeah, I don't know, any other ideas?
I think it's just about done, but hopefully they don't take this as the debriefing of the show.
Yeah,
they have
hopefully
a
not.
proper debriefing
This is-
session amongst yourselves.
This is just a collection of guys chatting
Yeah.
about the show.
It's certainly not a dig at how the show's done. It's great that it's done. It's fantastic that it's done. That's the important thing. We just come up with some ideas to help improve it along the way. Not this might come across as complaints, but they're really just constructive improvements.
Well, I think the trajectory of these has gone well. Each has improved on the last one, right?
Yeah. Always learning. Anytime we move location, which feels like every year, we'll be learning new things and.
Some good acknowledgement to the hosts as well.
Some love for the hosts.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if it wasn't for the venue, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. Exactly.
Having a big venue, and obviously there's like insurance and all sorts of other complications that are involved that we don't see. Whoever worked all of that out and made that happen is fantastic. It really is fantastic.
Yeah, all the insurance stuff is cleverly done by Adrian and Keith and Co.
Well, there would have also been some public liability for the buildings and this and that. So the hosts as well, there's ACMS, and so more, as you put it, more love in that respect. The hosts, the venue, right? It's about the venue.
It's close to Darren College somehow. I don't know how to do that, but
huge love to Darren Marlin, to ACMS. To people like Keith and Nathan and Michael who are barely alive. Cool.
Yep, let's bring this thing into land. Any last words? All right then, I'm back next year. You?
I hope to be back.
Hope to be back. We need one of those big tape unit, things to park out the front. I keep saying we need an IBM one with a blue reel and a red reel.
What I was considering, I mean, this is probably a little bit off the chart from this forum, but at least touching base with you, maybe Dave, to actually hire a truck where we can pile heaps of stuff into it, because then I could bring big racks and stuff.
Yep. Riley, any last words?
I think again it would be good, like a world record attempt at something or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Keith, thanks for all your work here and everything. I know you'll be tired for like the next 3 months, but we'll all be back next year to not help out as much as we know.
Once I pack up the stuff, I'll help plate some tables. I help set up the tables. I'll pack it away, right?
We've got an understanding that the interstaters don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm here. It
We
doesn't
really
matter.
appreciate it.
I want to get home safely.
Yeah, we want you to get home safe.
If I'm able to do it, I'll do it. That's fine. I'm here to do it.
It's all good.
All right, I think that's a wrap.
Thanks to everyone who came along. If you're interested in the event or maybe even helping out, please check out the links below. Feel free to share your ideas and experiences, and thanks for watching.